Okay, well here we go, cooking episode number 2. We are going to make an absolutely beautiful chicken tenderloin in a creamy garlic, onion and mushroom sauce. And honestly, it literally takes 15 minutes. So I'm going to try and do this in real time as much as I possibly can. But here are the ingredients. So there we've got 8 strips of chicken tenderloin. So I've cut those lengthwise. Maybe I should have cut them across, not 100% sure. And I've got another set over here, so I'm going to cook off both of those first, and then I'm going to freeze those down for another meal. Got the chicken tenderloins, 5 mushrooms, half a large onion or a whole small onion, and 5 cloves of garlic. I've got some cheese to melt into the sauce, ideally Parmesan cheese. I haven't got Parmesan, so I'm just doing a medium cheese. Salt, pepper, of course. 200 mils of cream and just a little touch of white wine, and we're going to cook in butter. So it's pretty simple. I'll just cut up the onion and we'll be ready to go. Okie dokie, so we are ready to go. Got a block of butter in there, or a bit of butter in there. Going to put the induction hob on up to 6. We'll heat the butter up. Now guys, remember this is to make for your significant other half. Now when it's finished, I'm going to eat mine out of the pan. So whether you both want to share it out of the pan or you want to eat it just yourself, that's up to you. As I said, you could probably, for 2 people, that would be a small meal for 2 of you. But if you want a large meal, then you just got to increase the ingredients. It's pretty easy to work out how the numbers would go. So first thing we want to do is just get this butter melted. Might just turn that up a wee bit more, get it on its way. We'll go up to 8, see how that goes. And hey, thanks for the feedback on the prawns. Learned a couple of things. Get the pan a bit hotter before you put the prawns in. That would have been a good idea. Would have been much quicker, and would have gotten to the point where we could take them out sooner. Yeah, all good feedback. Some people have tried it and they said yummy, yummy. So I just hope that the significant other half appreciated it. Anyway, there's the butter starting to go now. Induction hob tends to heat up pretty quickly. And what we're going to do is we're only going to do the chicken for about 30 or 40 seconds on either side. So all we're trying to do is get it kind of not fully cooked, but almost there, and then we're going to let the sauce finish it off. But by not overcooking it, of course, we're not going to dry it out, keep it nice and moist. So there we go, we've got 8 there, just starting to get a nice little sizzle on, look. There you go. Alright, so let's get the chicken in. Oh, you can just hear that wee noise there as it goes in. I'm going to try and do it all the same amount, obviously. And as I say, I'm going to have about half of this tonight, and then the other half I'm just going to freeze down the cooked chicken, and then I can just bring it out for another meal. Now you could add pasta or something to this as well, just to give it a little bit more body, or you could have it over mashed potatoes, would be just divine. Yeah, either or you could do it over sauteed vegetables. You know, you could do broccoli, something like that, that would be beautiful. Alright, and then just off to the side here, we've got the mushrooms, just going to get them going a little bit. Okay, we've had about 25 seconds now by my clock. That's what you can call it. Oh, I hope the camera work's getting better. Hope you can see what's going on here. Anyway, there you go. There is the mushrooms in. Get these just turned over a bit. Possibly a little bit much butter in there, eh? I think I'll hear people tell me. It just stops it. It'd be nice if it just went a tad brown. I'd like that if it did. I'd like to see it just brown off a little bit, but anyway. There we go. So I want to get it just to brown off just a wee bit. Just going to tip that up. Get the butter down there amongst the mushrooms as well. That'll help maybe dry out the chicken just a wee bit so it does brown a tad. Here we go. Right, mushrooms are getting nicely done there, and now I'm just going to season with salt and pepper. Okay, bit of salt and pepper there. Obviously you can never do too much salt, or well, you can do too much salt, you can never do too much pepper in my view. I love the pepper in my cooking. How's that going? Still not really browning off yet. Just starting to, maybe a little bit. Just keep these moving around so they don't stick. Right. Mushrooms starting to come alive. Oh, love that. You can kind of see the quantities. So that's all the chicken in there, so it's 2 meals for me. Probably a bit too much there I think for one. That's great if it's 2 meals. Okay, I would like to see that brown a little bit more. It's not, but I don't want to overcook it either, because that would be the worst thing to do. I don't want it dry, I want to keep the moisture in. So no doubt we'll get the odd little bit of feedback as to why it's not browning. I suspect it's because I put too much butter in. Alright. Okay. Oh, what the blinking heck are they doing there? Alright, let's move these over. Put those in there. I have to take those other bits of chicken out. I wasn't going to have to do that. Never mind. We're not perfect, are we? We're not perfect, are we? We just keep going. Anyway, there you go. I reckon that's pretty much done for the chicken. And that'll just be finished off in the sauce when we've done the sauce. Okay, so here we go. We've got the small pan here, and we're going to put that up to 7. Get it a bit warm first. Right, we're going to put the garlic in. And we're going to put the onion in. Now notice there's no liquid at this stage going in with that. You just want them to brown off nicely, and then we'll start adding the liquid. And that browning off is what gives it real flavour. I mean, it'll just be beautiful. So here we go, we're set up at 7, might even go to 8. There we go. Right, we're going to get that going. This is the important part. When I get these starting to caramel up, which they'll do. It takes a few minutes, but it'll happen. So I want it reasonably hot. That's why I say I've got it on 8. But again, this is a really simple, easy dish that you can do for your other significant half, or for your significant half, not your other significant half. That might be trouble. Yeah, so just get it all. I'm crying. All the onion in there in the pan. Oh boy, that's got tears in his eyes. Oh my gosh, maybe it's an anticipation of this dish. Anyway, there it goes. It's getting nice and hot now. It'll start browning up in a minute. I mean, it's kind of cool for me because, you know, if I'm just cooking for myself, I must admit I get a bit bored, but because I'm cooking for you guys and showing you guys, now look at that. See in there? You can see in the bottom there that brown. That's the brown that we want. That's what we're interested in. Alright, that's where all the flavour's going to come out later. So we'll just keep turning it. You've got to keep at it, but it's quick. It doesn't take long. The moisture's burning off. It'll start going nice and brown soon. And then we're going to get a ton of flavour in there. Man, it already smells. Yeah, cooking's, I reckon it's tough on your own. But if you're doing it for somebody else, it's always a lot easier, isn't it? And if I'm doing this for you guys, you know, and hopefully you'll do it for your other half, it just makes it all that more worthwhile. And you only got to boost it up with a bit of veggies or do a bit of pasta like we did with the prawns. I mean, that's a 5-minute job. You need a third hand for it, but you'll get there. Here we go, look at that. See how that's browning up? See down the bottom there? That's all the flavour. That is all the flavour that we're going to take out of this. I think you're going to really like this one. Tasty as, and the creamy sauce we do, it tastes like, well, it tastes like restaurant creamy sauce. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's starting to come up now. Alright. Look at that. That's good, eh? And of course, oh, where's my wine gone? Here's my wine. It's a Chardonnay from €16 down to 4. I'm down to half a bottle. When that's gone, Mark's taking a break from drinking. Okay, look at that. It's going to come down to 7. Rightio. Okay, that's going good. That's going good. Alright, now it's the exciting stuff. We're going to put half a cup of white wine in. There you go. There's that. Now we keep stirring, and we want to actually take it down. Look at that. Look at all that colour. See that colour coming off the bottom of the pan? That's what's going to give it real flavour. Alright? So we're going to try and we'll just turn it up a little bit because we want that to boil, well, not to boil off, we want it to reduce off, evaporate off. If you don't want alcohol, you can do a bit of lemon juice and white wine vinegar. That does the same thing. Okay, there's the moisture almost gone now. The wine flavour is in there. We're going to go right down to 4 now. And then we're just going to add the mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, just don't put them in. It's just an extra little bit of flavour. I'm going to scrape this bowl out afterwards and that'll all go in as well. Alright, there it goes. Alright, now's the exciting bit. We are going to add the cream. What we're going to do is once we've got this in here, so that's 200ml. Alright, we haven't got the meat in yet, remember? So we're just going to put that in there, get it all nicely mixed up. And then we want to bring that until it is just bubbling away. So I reckon about 6. Let's see how that goes. Alright, there we go there. Look at that. Alright, that's looking good. There's a little bit of colour coming into the sauce, see? How's 6 looking for bubbling away? Now I know 6 is probably going to be about right because when I do my porridge in the morning, when I put it up to 6, it always boils. And you've got to boil your porridge before you dish it up, don't you? Alright, and here we're going to scrape all this goodness out. Look at that. Just all flavour, we don't want to waste it. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yummy. Oh, yummy. Taste buds are going, folks. Taste buds are going. Hope yours are too. Alright. Remember, half of eating food is how it looks. And when it looks good, I don't know, it just seems to taste good. Alright, I'm cleaning up as I go. Look at that. We're just starting to get a little bit of bubbling. Here we go. Great. We're getting the bubbling. I'm filling the pan up with water there so that soaks and make it easy to clean later. Sorry, I made a little bit of mess on the stove and that, but blokes do that, don't they? Anyway, here we go, creaming up nicely. Let's just see, is she boiling yet? Let's go up to 6.5. You can't, there you go, look. See how it's just starting to bubble through? So I think we're just, yeah, that's look good. See how it's starting to bubble away. Right, next to the cheese. Here we go. Alright. Okay, now just turn that down a little bit now. It's actually boiling, so I'm going to go down to 5.5. Once you've got it boiling, you don't need to do as much. Okay, so now we're just going to slowly put in the cheese. There you go. It's kind of up to you how much you want to put in, but remember, that is going to help thicken it a bit. So I wouldn't suggest putting too much in, and you don't want to overpower the taste too much of the cheese, or with the cheese. So it's not a cheese sauce, it's a cream sauce. But we just put... Okay, I'm going to put that last little bit in, and then I actually think that's enough, because it's pretty creamy. Alright, there we go. That goes in the sink as well. We've got it to 5. There we go. There you go. Look at that. See how it just goes beautiful and almost sticky, gooey, creamy. You can't get better than that. If anything, perhaps just a tad too much cheese. Maybe just a tad. Now I'm going to get myself 8 bits of chicken. We're going to put those in. There you go. There's the chicken going in. You just move those around. Yeah, I think just a tinsy bit too much cheese there, folks. I think. Let's just turn that down just a little bit more. We just want to turn these over so that they get totally coated. Now tonight this is all I'm having because I had quite a big lunch, but I reckon that would just go great with a bit of pasta and or mashed potatoes and or just sautéed veggies. I think that would be good as gold. So then you dress it up. You know, you can do your thing there. You can dress it up with parsley, just something green just to give the change of colour, or the veggies might even do that if you had veggies beside it with a bit of pasta. But essentially, that's it. So it took me less than 10 minutes to prep it. So you get the ingredients, just get it all ready, and then it literally takes about 10 minutes to cook it. Now I reckon that just could have been just ever so slightly more running. I don't know what you think. Tell me what you think. But I like that. I like that. Just going to put my finger in. Yeah, that's got good taste. It's got good taste. So I'm just going to get the wee lid out. And we'll just put the lid over it a little bit. Oh yeah, there's a tiny wee bit of bite in that, people. Tiny wee bit of bite in that from those chili flakes. That is pretty cool. Right, I'm going to put that on there. And then, because I'm the chef, that's good. That, I tell you what, that's alright. And that's the kind of dinner you can just have ready when Mother gets home at the end of the day. And I tell you what, guys, I reckon you'll get 10 out of 10. Anyway, that's another one that I can do when Mrs. R comes back and Sweetie comes back. Oh, you can taste the garlic in it. Definitely taste the onion. The cheese is not too much, you know. It's not too much. Anyway, you know what? I'm just going to do a wee top up of wine. I know it means I just... Oh, look, have the lot, Mark. Once it's gone, it's gone. So you heard it here. I have no beer. I have no wine. And I'm not going to drink until Gary arrives. I've got a friend from New Zealand coming on the 12th of February. And he could be with me for 2 or 3 months. So I'm just going to have a break drinking between now and then, because I just feel like every night having a beer and 2 wines is a little bit much. Anyway, I'll give you a quick look before I start eating, but I reckon that's good. I reckon that's good. Creamy chicken tenderloins is what it's called. Go for it. Go for it. Alright. There you go, people. How is that? Not bad, eh? And as always, you are going to get the first glimpse of me enjoying it. I'll put my rug and placemat under me. Knife and fork. Let's just try a bit. Oh, lovely and tender chicken. Looks well cooked. Bit of mushroom, creamy sauce with some onion. Good. Really good. Oh, there is nothing wrong with that. That is good. Cheers, guys. Another adventure tomorrow. Oh boy. Oh boy.